Yeah, no, it was a great day Saturday. It was big for a lot of reasons, obviously, but it's great to get a victory. I think it speaks very well of our leadership on the team. We have some guys that are resilient, that are tough. Nobody sacked their bats, nobody quit, and like I said, we did just enough to win. We made it hard on ourselves. We did just enough to win, and that's the bottom line. Well, shoot, I mean, we did a lot better job. I mean, all this thing starts up front, obviously, on both sides of the ball. I thought in the first half, defensively did a great job. In the run game in the second half, we struggled, and they did some nice things in the run game in the second half. It made it hard on us. I thought offensively, our offensive line played much better than they did a week ago against Winona. Anytime you rush for over 300 yards, that speaks well of what's going on up front, and then the execution that happened on the perimeter as well. So like I said, the thing we did the best. The reality is we played with great effort, and then you win the turnover battle 3-0. That gives you a great chance. They do a great job. I mean, they're one of the better teams in our conference, and that's the reality of it. They're a veteran team. They're talented. They're well coached. They're unique in their style of play. And it's really weird. In a weird way, our programs are as opposite as you can get. They throw it almost every down. We run it almost every down. Defensively, we're pretty similar actually in styles of play. But program-wise, we're both extremists. It's fire and ice. If you're on the political spectrum, it'd be far left and far right. But the reality is that it probably makes us both a little crazy. I have a ton of respect for what they do. They got a great quarterback. I mean, he's preseason first team All-American. He's been there forever. He's as good as there gets in the country. Obviously at Division II level. They got a great receiving core. They do a nice job protecting them. And then defensively, they're flying around, are talented. So they're playing well. This is a really good team. It's a huge challenge, and like I said, it's all things considered. All that being said, we got to keep getting better. We got better last week. That was the encouraging thing. Stepping back is we made some big strides and moved forward and made some plays in the clutch that needed to be made. Yeah, no, we talked about that. It was going to take great effort. It was going to take us playing with physicality. It was going to take winning the turnover battle, and then we said when it comes right down to it, someone's got to make a play in the clutch. And that's what we saw. I mean, you saw we missed a lot of opportunities to make that thing look different. We missed a guy. We fumbled a reverse pass, and nobody's guarding our quarterback. There's a lot of things we could have done better on both sides of the ball. But at the end of the day, when your back's against the wall, Nalu Corriero makes a play. Not just one. I mean, obviously the touchdown, but he made two. More guys can step up and do those type of things and make the plays when the plays are there to be made, and that could have separated the game. Probably more than it was, certainly. We thought we left some things on the table. But that being said, we made some plays. I mean, the fake punt, we executed perfectly. Cody Grossi and Josh Will blocking it out. So Sam Buchanan with a huge play. That was one of the bigger plays in the game, was the fake punt early on. So a lot of plays were made. Certainly, there's room for improvement and room for growth, and we need to keep that going, regardless of the opponent. Well, Monday's practice is a unique one. There's some error corrections that have to be made, from what transpired last Saturday. We got to get some things fixed in certain cases, technique, fundamentals, a few assignments. We just got to clean some things up on a Monday, and then also while you're doing that, you got to intro the next opponent, right? And so Moorhead is unique. Their offense is nothing like what we just played, right? Their defense is nothing like we just played, or at least they haven't been. We don't know what we're going to get. So a different challenge. It's a new week. It's exciting, though. It's what we all sign up for, and like I said, it's fun getting ready for these games. Yeah, I think our guys are confident. I think your confidence grows when you know, whether we all like it as coaches or not, your confidence grows when you end up with more points than the other team. Well, winning's contagious. It feels a lot better. Sundays when you wake up, the sun shines a little brighter, the food tastes a little better, everything's a little better when you're winning. And so that's a good feeling, and you want to keep that going, obviously. So there's work to be done. We got to get better, but we need a great week of practice. I mean, you win the games, all these days coming up, Monday through Friday, those are coaches' days. We got to coach them and get them ready and prepare them to have the best opportunity. Saturdays are for the players, and they got to go make it happen.